Every single day, countless businesses fight for attention in the digital battlegrounds, and most fail not because their product or service lack value, but because they cannot connect with their audience in a meaningful way. And the problem is that they have a broken or non-existent sales funnel. It might seem like sales funnel is just another buzzword, but it's what's going to separate you from just existing on the internet to making money online that was unimaginable at one point. And this sales funnel is precisely where your business makes sales. So the better your funnel, the more sales you make. And without it, you're shouting into a void, hoping someone will care. But hope isn't a strategy. The goal of a funnel is simple: to take a complete stranger on the internet or a follower and guide them through a seamless journey where they can relate to your brand, raise their hand, and identify themselves as someone who wants what you're offering, whether that is a product or a service. So if you're serious about making money online, mastering this art of creating the sales funnel isn't just optional, but it's your ticket to predictable growth, a scalable brand, and your ability to sell with precision in a competitive market. So here are 7 tips to create an effective sales funnel. So your entire strategy has one focus, and that is your customer. It starts with your customer and it ends with your customer. And the goal of your funnel is to speak directly to your audience, because it takes less than a second for someone to form an opinion about your brand. And therefore you have to capture attention right away. And what you want to do is to capture attention with the first thing the prospect sees, which is your header, or the eyebrow, that is the writing just above your header. And your main goal here is to call out your audience. It's to be direct and straight to the point, because too many people have fancy headlines and it just becomes too ambiguous for the customer, and they don't know what your business is about in that first second. And here you want to call out whoever your offer is targeting, and knowing this, you are hijacking attention from that first second they visit your funnel, because it's about not wasting their precious time and being direct with what you are offering and who it is for. And to do this, simply, you can use this framework for a headline, which is to raise curiosity and then highlight a pain point. Then you want the shift that is currently happening, and then you want to highlight the benefit and value of your offer to their specific situation and how it relates to this shift. And after catching their attention with the header, you need to have a subheading that backs up your promise and raises their curiosity even further by highlighting value that is directly related to their problem through describing a benefit to get them to read on and move on with your funnel. And by highlighting value in your subheadings and your copy, you are increasing the consumption of your funnel. And the curiosity your headlines raise keeps the fire burning, because imagine your offer, which is your header, is the fire, and everything afterwards that catches the eye, like the subheadings and the copy, is the wood you keep adding on to the fire to keep the fire of curiosity going till the final desired action is fulfilled. So one thing you can do with your copy is, for example, a page that directly highlights the problem the target customer is experiencing, because people trust people. And if you can showcase the problem in a light that they thought they only see it from, this creates that instant trust in your ability to relate to the customer and potentially solve their problem. Because at the end of the day, the main goal is to resonate with the customer on an emotional level. And one way to do this is to have a section where you might share your own story and how you got out of it that relates directly to your offer. Because it's about creating that connection between the brand and the prospect. And whatever this section is for you, the goal is to meet the prospect where they are, their current situation, by demonstrating your understanding of the current hurdles and articulating clearly that there is a way out. And from there, what you do is you showcase your solution and how it helps to solve their problem. But to showcase your solution effectively, you have to put in hours of research to know exactly where your customer is coming from and their pain points. And you need to know the exact barriers to motivation in solving their problem. Because with the showcase of your solution, you will highlight the benefits that are directly related to your customer's current position, hitting their pain points on the head with your benefits. But remember, this is about making it easy for your customer to understand and to relate to. You don't want to plaster them with 20 plus benefits. Have 5 or so that have the most impact on the customer and that present as the most obstructive roadblocks to their goal, because it's not about piling on motivation, but to ignite the spark to take the next step. And if you want to know exactly how to remove barriers to motivation, click the link on the screen right now. And whilst doing all this, it's all about increasing your perceived value in the customer's head, because your funnel should have social proof everywhere, from credentials to reviews to showcasing customer testimonials through short clips, for example. It's all about building the trust continuously, because this increases your authority, because there seems to be a rise in skepticism on the internet as a whole towards people trying to make money online. By increasing your perceived value through showcasing social proof and through showcasing different types of social proof, that is the receipt to showcase that you are not there to scam them and you are offering genuine help. And as I've mentioned, it's all about increasing the perceived value of your offer. And if you want to do this, you need to stack value throughout your funnel through different bonuses and benefits that take your main product or service and put it further up on that hierarchy of value. And how do you do this? Well, what I do, for example, is I take the main offer. This main offer is the main roadblocks to the customer's goal. But this main offer and the main problem is made up of smaller problems. And sometimes they don't even realize that these problems exist until you clarify them. And then you take these and you use them as bonuses to stack value. A simple thing you can do is include a small section that helps to highlight and clarify how these bonuses will accelerate the time frame of arrival to their desired goal. And then you want to reveal your price. So one clever trick to use is to use retail price or an anchor price throughout your page until they reveal, because what you are doing here is that you are psychologically anchoring them to that price. And if that price is all they see and suddenly in the reveal it's 40% off, then it makes their brain click. So here what you want to do is simply in the reveal strike through that retail price, the anchoring price, show the real value of your offer. But doing all this would be pointless if there is no urgency or scarcity, because at the end of the day what you want to do is make the customer feel the benefits and value of your offer, so they build up that psychological ownership of your product and service, and then pair that with urgency and scarcity, and now you are firing them up to take that action, because we hate losing something that we earn, even if it's intangibly. But you have to remember that the scarcity has to be genuine, so you have to showcase how much there is left in stock, for example, or use a countdown timer for an offer to create that urgency to take action. Because if they don't take action now, then when will they? Because 8 out of 10 times, the moment of most pain is during its identification, and therefore you have to ensure they take the action as soon as possible. But for them to take the action, there need to be two things. You need to eliminate uncertainty, and the simplest way you can do this is to offer a guarantee. And there are other ways, but I will explore these in another video, so keep your eyes out for that. And basically your guarantee directly relates to your offer and acts as a trampoline. And what I mean here is that if for some reason your customer does not achieve their desired goal and falls off the steps towards the goal, the trampoline or the guarantee is there to ensure they bounce back up at least to the original position that they started before purchasing your product or service. And the second part is the call to action, because your funnel should have one focus and one main goal you want your customer to take. Overarching objective, be that a sale, a sign up for a newsletter, a lead magnet, whatever. And from there you want to sprinkle in the call to action buttons in your funnel that help the customer take the next step. But you have to use these like a pinch of salt and not a cup, because a cup of salt will simply ruin the meal. And it's same with the call to action, too many, and it will just lead to confusion. So don't just put 20 buttons on your page and hope that one gets clicked, because the point of a good structure is so that each section of your funnel should progress from one another, and your call to action should act as okay, I understand and I'm ready to take action now after reading a section. And the final tip is that when finishing your funnel, you always want to end up with a send-off message, a PS for example, like in a letter, because most people have the habit of doom scrolling. All they do is scroll there, and as it's a habit, they'll do it to your funnel. If all they do is flicker through your entire page and then at the bottom, the hope is not gone. There is still a chance to showcase your offer and reel them back in. You have to get them to think, in fact, this is quite intriguing, and it's your last opportunity to pitch your offer in that moment. So rather than just finishing with a frequently asked questions section, your goal is to reel them back in and create enough curiosity so they end up back at the top of the page and explore what you are offering. So here the same principle applies as mentioned before. You need to understand what they value and meet them where they are. Maybe they don't have time, etc. But your goal is to showcase and pitch your offer and create that last pitch of curiosity by meeting them where they are and hitting their pain point right on the head in order for them to think, yes, actually, I'm experiencing that. I'll give you a chance, and then they'll go back up and go through the funnel. And so, if you found this useful, please subscribe, like, and comment what else you would like to see. And if you want to get started with creating a funnel that is specifically for your brand and your audience's needs, it is as simple as clicking the link in the description. And most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a good day.